We're continuing down the dashboard menu in this episode, and we're talking about the settings menu. While in the dashboard, click Settings. You're taken to the General Settings screen, where you can change some general site settings. Here, you can change the site title and tagline, the WordPress address and site address. It's important to know about these and the difference between them. Your WordPress address is the actual URL of your WordPress site. If you ever decide to change URLs or copy your blog to a different URL, you'll need to change this before exporting so that the site will behave properly in the new location, and change your links and your content at the new location to reflect the new location. The site address URL specifies the parent URL if you have a WordPress installed in a subdirectory. Here, we have WordPress installed on a subdomain with no parent, so these are the same. You can change the email used when WordPress sends notifications like new user notifications and comment notifications. The membership checkbox allows anyone to register. If this isn't checked, any user accounts will have to be created manually. You can set the default new user role. It's a very bad idea to change this, especially if anyone can register. You can set the time zone here as well. It says to set it to your own time zone, but I recommend setting this to the time zone in which the server itself resides. Below that, you can change the date format between these options, or even use your own custom format. You can set the time format as well. And finally, which day the week starts on. Some countries display their calendars differently, and this facilitates customizing your calendar according to that. Now that we understand general settings, let's drop down to the writing settings. These are settings important to you, the administrator, or anyone else who can create posts. You can choose to convert emoticons like smiley faces to graphics on display instead of their original text. This is purely aesthetic and completely up to you. Some people prefer graphics, some prefer old school text emoticons. This is one of those personal choice options. Again, we have the press this button. WordPress really likes this feature, and so should you. Next is the post via email settings, in case you have that enabled in Jetpack. This would be the email account to which you're actually sending the new post emails. Most people who use this create a new email account just for WordPress. You'll have to enter the mail server, login name, password, and the default category for any post that comes in via email. Unfortunately, you cannot specify the category on a per post basis when creating posts via email. Finally, we can choose to have WordPress notify update services that lets the world know when a new post has been created. On a live site, you should always be using pingback and notification services. Search engines and people who view blog aggregator sites will see your new content. This is a very good way of generating new views and getting new subscribers. That's it for the general and writing settings. Our next video will focus on the reading and discussion settings.